Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And thank you very much, counting the day 6 for becoming a member of the Ladies and Gentlemen's Club. How's everyone doing? I hope that your Thanksgiving is going well. All right. Have you all eaten already? Who's here? Let's see. Scott, how you doing, Scott? Thanks for being here today. Appreciate it. Maverick, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Yes, very nice to see you all here today. I hope that you had a great Thanksgiving day. Let's see. I think by this time, a lot of people have done eating already, right? I had a big old meal today. I had 1.5 pounds of steak, and I shared it with Lulu. Let's see who else. Crazy Backyard Chicken, how you doing? Good to see you. Disney Boiler Up, hello to you. The Country Humans, hello. Let's see. Happy Thanksgiving. Micro Farm, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you. And ladies and gentlemen, the way that I like it, the winner of last week's 3-ounce silver giveaway, let's see, he sent me his information right away, so I already have it. All right, so if you want to enter to win 4 ounces, make sure you go watch last Monday's video, because that's a 4-ounce giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. That's a $200 bill. So happy, very happy to do it. Very happy to do it. And I have a good story for you all as well. Let's wait till a couple of you join in and say hello to a few more of you, and I'll tell you another happy story. All right, and we can talk about anything you want to talk about today, anything at all. Okay, there's no script to this live stream. Just happy to be here with you all, sharing a little bit of time with you on Thanksgiving Day. How many of you saw the parade? I haven't seen it yet. I think that'll be the last thing I do before I go to bed tonight. Is take a look at the parade. Is it still Macy's that sponsors that parade? I don't even know. I guess that ought to be on my bucket list. One of the things on my bucket list is to go back to New York. I have 3 now, 3 lifelong friends that still live there. And it used to be 4, but one of them passed away a few years back. And one of the things on my bucket list is to go visit them in New York and go to New York City so that I can visit Ellis Island, and so that I can have a slice of New York City pizza. There's nothing like it. All right. Let's see. Soft Kitty, how you doing? Good to see you. Kimberly, hello. Esther Grace, how you doing? Good to see you. Double Dingus, how are you? Linda Bop is in the house. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, and everyone else if you just joined in. Army Vet Autism Mama, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving. Let's see. No Quarter. How you doing? Nice to see you. Good to see you. Debbie Catherine. Hello. All the way from Texas. We've got NC. Check it out, NC. All right. I got my Buc-ee's cup. Got some lime water in here. And guess what? My sister-in-law just mailed me another Buc-ee's cup just like this, but I told her to mail me the white one, right? I got this one last year, but she's mailing me another one like this, but it's the white one. Let's see, who else is in the house? 518 V Torres, how are you? Good to see you. Brian Wright, happy Thanksgiving to you. Let me see, Micro Farm, happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you very much. Jeffrey Gregory, how are you doing, Jeff? Good to see you. Well, let's see. Lisa says, I hope Ted Stevens International Airport is okay. I'm flying back. I hear that the weather in the lower 48 is going to be pretty grim here for the next few days. So hopefully your travels won't be interrupted by the weather. And if it is, just consider it that they're being safe, right? So you rather be late or laid over in an airport than to, fly in unsafe conditions. That's for sure. Tammy, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Nana, yes, Monday. I'm thinking that today is Sunday for some reason. It feels like a Sunday today. I was going to say, yeah, tomorrow's Silver Monday, but no, that's next Monday. For those of you that don't know, every Monday is Silver Monday until the end of this calendar year. All right. My very generous sponsor donated some silver to give away, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give away silver every single Monday for the rest of the year. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I should have brought up a picture, but if you saw my last video, which didn't get much traction, I guess people don't want to save a little bit of money on filters, but either or, if you saw my last video today, I'm going to be giving away 5 emergency boxes that were given to me from Opus. So Opus has this little emergency box that they give away. I guess if you buy so much in nominal terms, they give you this box, or you can buy it if you want. It's like $150 value. And I'll tell you what, that little box brings a lot of neat little stuff. It's like a little prepper starter kit is what it is. And it's really neat. And today I'm going to give 5 of those away. So don't let me forget. All right. And all you have to do for me to give those away to you is you have to live within the United States. That's number one. And you have to be willing to send me your name and your address so that I can forward it to my rep over at Opus, and they'll go ahead and mail that out to whoever the winners are. And I need to have your address ASAP. I need to have your address like no later than this coming Sunday so that I can send it to my rep on Monday. And for those of you that win, if you take a look at the email down below, that's where you send me your information. All right. So far, we've been doing pretty good as far as people that have been winning prizes. So far, I've only had like 3 people out of everything that we've given away in the last month or so. 3 people that have forgoed or forfeited their prize because they never contacted me. But I tried. And look at this, Mr. Tom, I was thinking about you today, but I didn't want to call you because maybe you were having dinner with your family. So how you doing, Mr. Tom? It's so good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. God bless you. We had an earthquake today, Heather. No, I didn't feel any earthquake at all. Maybe that's why Lulu was growling. Maybe she felt something. Yeah, I didn't feel anything. I didn't even know that we had an earthquake. Since I've been here for roughly, well, a little over 10 years now, going on 11 years now. Since I've lived here, I've only felt 2 earthquakes, and they were the leftovers, the leftover tremors since I've been here. So only 2. One of them was a little bit scary. The other one was kind of cool because I was actually in the bunker, and I felt something, and I saw the shades going back and forth a little bit. But the other one is when I used to work on base, and that one shook the entire building, and it lasted about a good 15-20 seconds. That one was a little bit scary. What do you think about my shaved head? Do you think that it gives up too much light? Is there too much light coming off of it? I have to try to dim down the light. If not, it looks like there's a light coming off of here. Let's see. Joanna, how you doing? Joanna Diaz, good to see you. It's good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. Forgive me if I keep looking to my right because that's where you all are. Patricia, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Well, yes, New York is very dangerous, but I failed to mention that my 3 friends that live there, they're lifelong police officers. So we should be all right. Just enough to scoot in there, go to Ellis Island, spend a little bit of time there, maybe take a picture in front of the new World Trade Center, and then scoot back. I'm definitely not a New York City fan. Never was, even when I lived there. I grew up there. Never was a New York City fan. I grew up in the suburbs of New York City. Hey, Sean in Alaska is in the house. How you doing, Sean? It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I'm going to be doing a little road trip next year. Maybe I'll stop by wherever it is that you live. I'll have to look you up. Hey, thank you very much, Scott. You don't have to do that, brother, but I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, someone asked me, is JT still around? And I'm going to go ahead and let you know what I know. Well, I'm not going to let you know what I know, okay? Because a lot of this is personal. Our moderators, during the time that I was off the net, going through my own things, so our moderators, they were going through life also, and life happens, right? And unfortunately, some things that were not very good happened, within each of our moderators' life. I think the only one really that, didn't have life get in the way in a harsh way was Copernicus or Miss Worm, right, over there in the UK. But you all know what's going on in the UK, anyways. And I felt terrible when I found out because I didn't have contact with anyone. When I got off of YouTube, I was off. I was off. I wasn't looking at comments. I wasn't looking at anything. And then I spoke to a friend that's in contact with some of them, and unfortunately, life happens. So, that's why I try to never really feel sorry for myself, no matter what's going on, because someone else usually always has it worse off than you do. So. You just watched the movie Home Alone. Hey, that's supposed to be a Christmas movie, isn't it? Florida is in the house and Michigan as well. I'm telling you something, Janice. It's something with that pizza that's like nowhere else. A lot of people say that it's in the water, because New York recycles its water. At least that's what I've heard. New York City does. But it's something about it that you just can't match anywhere else. Let's see, who else in the house? All the way from Eastern Washington is Stormy Kurtz. How you doing, Stormy? Good to see you. North Dakota is in the house. Mr. Tom, I don't know if you can see it, but I do have a flashlight right here. Right there, if you can see it, right next to my coffee and my Jetboil butane. There's an Opus flashlight right there. I had to restock up on some flashlights. It's a good excuse for me to get some more flashlights now. Tammy, hello, all the way from Kansas. Kentucky's in the house. Hey, Anchorage is in the house. Welcome, Roddy. Passionate Herbs is in the house as well. Deb Smith, how you doing? Sue is here. Lola, all the way from Louisiana. Nice. The below sea level state. Hey, Voodoo Queen, how are you doing, Voodoo Queen? So good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, if you want me to see something that you want me to, share with everyone else, put it in all caps, all right? You want me to tell you why I did this? No, I'm not going through a half centurion life crisis, all right? I may save that for next year. But let's see, probably about 6 months ago, I went and got a haircut, and it was $25. Okay, not too bad, $25. Then the next time that I went, it was $35. And I'm talking about maybe like a month later, it was $35. I'm like, okay, it's worth $35. Okay, I'll do 35. And it stayed at 35 for like 2 or 3 months. And then the last time that I went to get a haircut, I'm thinking, okay, $35, right? Because I was averaging about maybe once every 4 to 6 weeks, I was averaging a haircut. The last time that I went, which was, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago or so, something like that, $50. Same haircut, same place. I said, what? I was like, I thought it was $35. And they said, no, it got raised up to 50. I'm like, okay. I paid my $50, gave him a gave him a $10 tip, 20% tip. Next time I needed a haircut, guess what? There you go. That's what it is right now. Plus, I think I have a pretty nice head for a bald head. Right? Isn't my head nice and round? Okay, bringing it on down. Let's see. Hey, there you go. Double tap. Don't double tap it. Just click the like button once, ladies and gentlemen, if you like. Tristan is in the house. How you doing, Tristan? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you, man. I hope you're having a nice Thanksgiving along with everyone else. And I see Tennessee is in the house right here. That's probably why I lose so many subscribers. I look at my subscriber count every once in a while. I'm like, oh wow, it went down by 250 because I get out here and all I do is just say hello for the first half hour. But then again, I don't have anything to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. Just hanging out with you all. So I'm going to count on you to ask me whatever it is that you want to ask me. That way I'm not just here saying hello for the next hour. And I'm not sure what kind of a marathon this is going to be, if it's going to be an hour or longer. We'll see how it goes. Hey, this is a great question. What are people's favorite survival movie or book? Mine is The Postman. That's a great movie. All right, great movie. I forget his name, but obviously he's very famous. I forget his name. And it's a three-way tie for books: 1984, Hatchet, and the Bible. Well, you know what? I have a survival movie that, I read the book. I wish they would turn it into a movie, and that's 1 Second After. A lot of people like The Road, but man, I'll tell you what. There's a couple of scenes in that movie that's just too darn real. Man, it's too darn real and too gruesome. Even reading it, I'm like, man, that's some rough stuff right there. But 1 Second After, man, that is such a great book. I've read it twice, actually reading it, and I really don't like to read. And I've listened to the audiobook, I don't know, maybe 50 times or so. All right. Colonel Matherson, right? And Sergeant Major Washington, all right, the retired Marine Corps, who was a janitor or a handyman, I think it was, at the college. That's a great book. Great story. Let's see. Yes, prayers go out to the family of those service members that lost their lives. I believe that was yesterday, right? I just heard about it early this morning when I woke up. Terrible stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the era of crisis. I've been talking about this for a long time now. Right? We have a cycle, which is about a 60-year cycle of civil unrest, right? So everything that's going on now, all of the civil unrest that you see happening now, and all of the nasty stuff that you see happening, the same kind of stuff was happening back in the mid-60s, all right? So all you have to do is just go and look back around that time, and the same kind of stuff was happening. And there's many other cycles as well. We have a micro financial cycle, which is about every 8 years or so. And then we have a major financial crisis cycle, which happens like between every 80 to 100 years. And just take a look at where we're headed as far as finances go, and the state of the monetary system here in the United States of America. I was watching a show today, and it was I guess that the FDA put something out about how SNAP benefits are going to be cut off for people that are not here, lawfully. And I think it was an attorney general. They already filed a suit, I think, to the government. And the attorney general, I think it was the attorney general of Oregon, but there's like 22 of them that are filing suit. And I was saying that we're the richest nation in the world. And I'm thinking to myself, how can we be the richest nation in the world when we are the most indebted nation in the world? That's kind of an oxymoron. And obviously I feel that there's going to be one of two things that happens before the reset occurs, because there is going to be a reset. It's happened before, it's going to happen again. And not necessarily because you own gold and silver. If you do, are you going to be all right? So that's why I always advocate, make sure that you have your preps ready before you start to dabble in the gold and silver market. It's okay to go buy a dime or a quarter or a nominal, in nominal terms of dollars worth of face value now and then, but make sure you get your preps ready, because having the food there already is going to ensure that your family eats. Okay. Let's say that they revalue gold to what a lot of people are talking about, like, $20,000, let's say. And that'll put an instant $5 trillion in the US Treasury. But what people don't understand is this. They'll be like, oh, if you have gold, you're going to have a windfall. Yeah, you are going to have a windfall if you own gold, right? And silver as well. But what people don't understand is that Congress can change the laws whenever they want. So when I hear the word windfall, I also hear the word windfall taxes, right? So they can inflate the money supply with the gold that they say they already have, the 8,133 tons, right? They can inflate the money supply overnight by revaluing gold, which would not be good for the average person that doesn't own gold. It won't be good at all. Let's say that they want to put us in a system that's gold backed, right? Everyone's like, yeah, that'd be great. And it would be, because it would be an honest and fair system if they do it right. If they don't try to steal the wealth from the people by doing so, like they did back in 1933-34, right? Because what they did in 33-34 was exactly that. They confiscated the gold, right? And then right after they got all the gold that they could out of the system, out of the economy, they bailed out the Federal Reserve, shut down the treasury notes that were convertible 1-to-1 to gold, and then they inflated the money supply by 69% by revaluing gold from $20.67 to $35. So they paid the people $20.67 for an ounce of gold. And then once they gave them that paper and took the physical, they then devalued the paper that they gave them by 69% by creating inflation overnight by revaluing gold. So if they just revalued gold, and that's all they did in order to get $5 trillion or so, whatever it is that they revalue it to will determine how much extra they'll be able to put into the treasury account. About $20,000 per ounce would put about a little over $5 trillion into the treasury account of brand new printed money that came out of nowhere, right? Because the gold's already there, right? That would create inflation in the price of things, right? Because it's new money coming into the system. So it would not be good for people that did not own gold or silver, right? But in the long term, if that system was allowed to be a fair and honest system, a system of account, a system where you have a ledger of in and out instead of all of the manipulation that they do now, in the long term, it would be a good thing. But what government has ever wanted to do what was right for the people as a whole? Government's job is to keep government alive, and that's it. And I believe that the system, the way that it is now, it has so many problems that I still stand by that before the end of my life, that we'll see the United States of America called by a different name or have a different system other than the one that we were founded upon, which is too bad, because I believe that our founding fathers had it right. I think they got it right. They produced something. They produced a piece of paper, the Constitution, that allowed a country to grow instead of it to stay stagnant. And unfortunately, over the past couple of 100 years, more so past the last 110 or so years or so, after the creation of the Federal Reserve, that system's gone away. It's no longer for we the people. It's for those people that want to control we the people. But But hey, we have to do what we have. We can only do what we can do, but we need to continue to stay prepared because eventually you're going to need your preps. I guarantee it. We will need our preps. And one of the things, like I said, is going to be one of two things that gets us. They're either going to create a incredible financial crisis, which will then lead to a new financial system. And every time that a new financial system has risen here in the United States of America, it's always been the working person. It's always been the middle class, the poor that pay the price to keep those that are in the top 5-10% wealthy. It's always been the working person that pays the price in order to do that. So that's why you have to continue to stay prepared, right? Because unless there's some kind of a revolution, civil war, something like that, that's what's going to happen. They're going to keep them and their friends rich the way they are now, and they're going to keep the working class in their place the way it is now. I mean, for goodness gracious, there's probably about 80 million people in the United States that are dependent. I'm one of them, okay? All right, I'm one of them, so I'm not talking down to anyone that are dependent upon the government, right? Because, every month I get my paycheck, first of the month, I get my paycheck every single month. And that's why I stay prepped, because if for some reason, one of those months, something happens, hey, at least I know that I can still cook a steak or still cook some nutrient survival or whatever freeze dry food I may have. Or so even though I can't eat rice, I can still go and, cook a cup of rice a day or something like that. Right. So we all have to be able to take care of our immediate needs for long term, not just for 2 or 3 days or for a week. I'm talking about months, and preferably, if you're able to do it, for a year or more. See, I'm off my soapbox now, so I'm looking for capital letters. So any questions or comments, put it all in caps, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'll look. Hey, somebody likes it. Thank you. Steven says, I'm just glad I still have hair. Okay, let's take I'm going to bring it down because you see, I get to chit-chatting and I lose track of time, ladies and gentlemen. Kaylin, how you doing, Kaylin? Good to see you. Yeah. Oh, I have a great story. I'm going to bring it down. Just a second. Let me see. How far behind am I? I'm like 15 minutes behind on the chats. So I'm just going to look for capital letters. That way, hopefully, I don't miss anyone with a question or a comment. Oh, good question. Double Dingus. Your name always gets me. How do you get the giveaway boxes? Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick 5 of you in the live stream right here randomly tonight. And then whoever wins, all right, the 5 people that win, you see that email down below. Let me see right here. That email down below, you send me your name and the shipping address where you want to send. Then I will forward your information to Opus, to my rep over there, and she'll see that you guys get that in the mail. All right, it's that simple. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to be willing to give me your name and your address. And they don't use that stuff to sell or anything like that, ladies and gentlemen. If not, I wouldn't do it. With all of the giveaways that I've ever given away here through our sponsors, I've never heard of one person that had a problem, right? Even with like Simpure needs you to give them their phone number as well, because they usually ship their stuff via FedEx or via Amazon, and I guess they require a phone number. And I've never had someone tell me that they had a problem with it. So it's always worked out well. Yeah, Terry, someone told me that there was an earthquake today. I think someone said it was a 4.0, but I didn't feel anything. Tristan, I haven't even read the whole thing, but I just thought of something. Tristan says New York water has a specific mineral content. They literally make a device that creates New York water to create New York pizza for pizza joints. I heard about that, like in California and stuff, and I was gonna mention what the mineral content was, but I'll keep that to myself. Hey, Mr. Tom, there's another Bama in the house. All right, David, how you doing? Crimson Tide. I love that movie. If you all haven't seen the movie Crimson Tide, it's a great movie with Denzel Washington and oh, I forget the name of the other guy. He's an awesome actor. He actually just passed away here maybe a year or two ago. Great actor. A9, how you doing? Good to see you. You're all too kind, commenting on the shape of my head. A happy Thanksgiving to those of you that maybe just joined in. Wow, look at this. This is a very interesting topic, one that I'm not qualified to talk on. However, let's see. I'll read it for those of you that maybe aren't watching the screen right now. At the dinner table tonight, says Double Dingus, the topic is cremation and whether or not it's a sin. And I'll give you my layman's perspective on that. I don't believe that it is, and this is why. Because this is just a vessel, right? All we're doing, all this is, all you're looking at, all you feel when you feel your body and stuff, it's just a vessel. You know, and when you leave, it doesn't go with you. You know, so anyways, that's just how I feel. It's a very simple way of looking at it, right? Just like you can't take your earthly possessions with you, when you leave, you don't take this earthly possession with you either. It's just something that you drive around in and do what you have to do, or do what you can do, and serve who you can serve, you know, while you're here in this physical body. And then after that, you go, you go to the next step. You know, you go somewhere else. Okay, let's see. Dennis Harris, or Denise Harris, right? All right, I say your name. No, Nancy, I didn't have turkey this year. I had a big old 1.5 pound steak. Right, I cooked a 1.5 pound steak, set with Lulu over at my dinner table, and we both shared it. She probably got a little less than me. I probably ate a full pound of it and gave her about 8 ounces of it. But yeah, she ate Thanksgiving dinner with me. Nashville is in the house. How you doing, John? Wow, we've got 205 likes. That's awesome. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, Red Dawn is a great movie too. Wolverines. We're all dating ourselves. All the way from Arkansas. How you doing, Patty? Oh, I'll tell you what, Jeff, I've listened to them, right? I've listened to every single one of those books, probably more than once. Great series. Yeah, today is not a pretty nice day out today. It got all the way up to like 9 degrees above zero. And the last that I knew, I can't see it from here, but the last I saw when I let Lulu out before I started the live, it was like -1. So it's so far, can't complain. Cannot complain one bit. Here we are towards the end of November, and we're still in the negative single digits and the positives above zeros. So no complaints at all. I mean, if it keeps up like this for the rest of the winter, man, I don't know what to think. I might start to believe about global warming. But yeah, it's a very mild so far, and it looks like it's going to stay pretty mild. It really does. It looks like it's going to stay mild in parts of Alaska, and I think that I'm in that right in the edge of that zone in Alaska, where it's going to stay pretty mild throughout this winter. But then the lower 48s are going to have a pretty rough winter this year, you know, especially the Midwest towards the east. So we'll see. it's just a cycle, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's changing. I have a theory of why it is that Alaska is getting warmer over the years. And I'll tell you why. So that the North Pole, the magnetic North Pole, is shifting. It's been shifting away from where we know the North Pole to be over to Siberia, right? And it's been doing that for years now, and then it sped up for a few years there. And if you look at Siberia, they're getting even colder temperatures, record-breaking colder temperatures in Siberia. And in Alaska, we're getting warmer temperatures. So my theory is this, and I can be 100% wrong. It's that since the magnetic North Pole is shifting towards Siberia and away from Alaska, if the magnetic North Pole is shifting, then where's Alaska shifting to? It's getting closer to the equator, right? So the equator is here. The magnetic North Pole is shifting this way, which means that Alaska is getting closer by latitude, right? Or is it latitude? Yeah, by longitude. I think it's longitude or latitude, whatever it is. Latitude. By latitude is shifting a little bit closer to the equator, making the temperatures here a little bit warmer. At least that's what I think, and then you'll see that the weather patterns are changing as well. But anyways, like I said, it's what I think. But the weather in Alaska, it has been getting a little bit warmer since when I first got here. I remember the first year we got here, October 31st, when we went out trick-or-treating with Little Miss Alaska Prepper. Let's see, I think I remember it being like -30, -31 degrees on that day, and there was already snow on the ground. And like I said, look at now, we're towards the end of November, and we're still it's pretty warm for this time of the year. Like I'll go outside with my t-shirt on, like indoors, I have this on is because I keep it nice and chilly in here. It's probably like 58, 59 degrees in here, roughly. Outside, when I go outside, I'll usually go outside with what I have on in the house, if not just my t-shirt. But I mean, 1 degree or -1 or even -10 is really no big deal up here. Yeah, and you know what, Jeffrey? I think they have a fourth one. I think because it's 1 second after, 1 year after. I think one of them is like 5 years after or something like that. But I think they might have a fourth one too. I don't remember exactly if there's a fourth book or not. But yeah, I know for a fact there is at least 3. I thought there was a fourth one out there. All right, let me bring it on down. I don't know. I don't know, Lola. I don't. Okay, bringing it down. All right, so let me tell you a story while I bring this down. Oh, here I go. Oh, there you go. Berkey has filters again. Thank you for that, Carol. I guess they ran out of filters for a while, huh? I didn't know that. Hey, very good, Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. A hypervaluation. Well, I don't think that it will cost. We were talking about how if they revalue gold to $20,000, that's going to create a lot of inflation, meaning that they're going to be able to print a lot of money and bring a lot of money into the system that never really existed, or a lot of fiat currency, right? So it depends what they do with the dollars. It depends what they do with the fiat currency on whether on what is going to get inflated as far as prices go, right? So you all know that the government now, they're dabbling in owning stocks, which I don't necessarily agree with the government owning portions of private corporations, but the government's owning stocks. So let's say that they do revalue gold at $20,000. They got $5 trillion in the treasury account now that never existed. What are they going to spend that money on? What are they going to spend that fiat currency on? That's what's going to get inflated first. right? Whatever it is that they spend it on, and then it will trickle down. It might take 6 months, 18 months for it to finally trickle down to the consumer level. All right, so I'm going to stop real quick and tell you all a story because it's a great story. All right, so I'm not sure if you all know, but I'll make this one really quick. So for Thanksgiving every year for the last, I don't know, 6-7 years or so, we've done a turkey run to the food bank, and this year I wasn't going to be able to do it, and then we ended up getting a sponsor that was gracious enough to make a donation to the food bank of enough money to buy 153 turkeys. So where I thought that we weren't going to be able to do any turkeys at all this year, maybe one or two that I would have done on a personal basis, we ended up being able to help the food bank out through our sponsor, Alpha Omega Gold, through our sponsor, and they ended up getting even more turkeys than we'd ever done in 1 year, right? So I get an email, I don't know, maybe about a week ago or so, from one of our community members, and I asked him if I can mention him and his partner by name. And I haven't really gotten a reply on that, so I'm not going to for now, but I definitely will, if he allows me to do it. So I get an email saying, hey, I saw your video, where you were talking about how, Fairbanks was blessed this year because, our sponsor ended up donating enough money to get 153 turkeys. And he said, me and my partner, we own a business, and we want to send you a cashier's check for $1,000. So that you can send it to the Fairbanks Food Bank. So look at that, ladies and gentlemen. During a year where I didn't think I was going to even be able to bring over 2 or 3 turkeys to the food bank, look at that. They got 153 turkeys for this Thanksgiving. And even though by the time that the $1,000 cashier's check gets here, it's going to be after Thanksgiving, that's still going to bless a lot of people during a time where there is a lot of need. So, in the end, things always work out. Sometimes you think that you're beaten in life, and then something happens where you're reminded that things will eventually get better, and they always get better. All you have to do is keep your head up, and don't lose hope, and for sure, don't lose faith. So I just think that's a great, I mean, it's awesome. How much better can it be? How much better can it get than that? Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. Jeff says the days of government confiscation are over. People are sick of the current situation. Yeah, absolutely. I think people on every side are sick of it, just tired of it. It's like I don't even like to watch any kind of news anymore because of that, especially what happened yesterday. My only problem is that I enjoy talking about, you'll notice that whenever I do my little news videos, my word on the street videos, I try not to put stuff out there that is so depressing, that is going to just make people, depressed all the time. I don't like that, because some of these things we can't do anything about. Like, for example, and somebody has to report on it, right? We need people to report on it. It's just that I like to talk about stuff that's more like actionable intel. So like for example, that Campbell soup video that I did. Man, I just wish that more people would have watched that. Excuse me, especially more so for the second half of that video. Because the second half of that video that I put up about the Campbell soup, I only talked about the Campbell soup for a little bit. And it wasn't even talking about the 3D printed meat or anything like that. Because I don't think Campbell soup is using 3D printed meat, right? Especially if they deny it. And the reason for that is because it's very easy to get a can of Campbell soup and have some independent company or lab check it out and see if it is or not. It's very easy to do. So why would they lie about it, right? So I only talked about it for a little bit, for about 6-7 minutes or so. But then the second half of the video was the more important part of that video. And I wish more people would have seen it. And the reason it is because I pretty much laid out why it is. why it is that there is absolutely zero chance, ladies and gentlemen, that this financial system that we're currently under is going to survive too much longer. There's zero chance. And my premise behind that was not to tell you that there's no hope, but to show you that you have to get prepared for a certain number of months or even years, because this is not just going to happen overnight. And once it does happen, it'll happen pretty quickly once it happens, but it's going to last a long time. The after effects is going to last a long time. So I put it out there where I pretty much showed you, look, this is why it has to happen. There's no way out. They have run out of runway. They're right on the edge of the runway, and they still need another mile of runway to go, but they just have no more. So, so like, those are kind of like stories that I like to talk about, news articles that I like to talk about, is something that's going to show you, hey, look, you need to get ready for this, right? Or, hey, look, if you bought, 10 cases of Campbell's soup in the last year, it's still, in my opinion, the same Campbell's soup that it was when you bought it, that they're selling now. I know that things have gone downhill as far as the ingredients and stuff that they use. Now they're calling GMOs bioengineered organisms or stuff like that, whatever. But it's still the same soup, and I definitely wouldn't throw it away, right? I definitely wouldn't, because I'd rather have a can of Campbell's soups with GMO ingredients in it than not to have anything at all. But those are the kind of things that I like to cover. I don't try to be hyperbolic. I know that my thumbnails are a little bit hyperbolic, but that's just the YouTube algorithm, right? Without me getting a little bit creative with the thumbnails, the YouTube algorithm, it already lost its favor towards me. So I try to do whatever I can to have a little bit of an advantage, but I'm still out of favor with the YouTube algorithm. So it is what it is, right? Let's see. William, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hey, brother, have you heard about the digital dollar being backed up with precious metals? Just curious. I haven't heard about that, but I wouldn't doubt that they did that. However, it's still a digital dollar, right? And when I hear the word digital dollar or digital currency, what I think about is programmable. The programmability of that digital unit of measure. Okay, that's what everyone should be concerned about. Is because if you have a centralized currency, which is exactly what a digital dollar would be, a centralized currency, then, and it's in a digital form, it can be programmed. And this is what I mean about programmed. Hey, let's see, let's see, the economy's not doing that good. The economy is not doing that good right now. And this is like the Federal Reserve talking, right? Or whoever's in charge of the digital dollar, right? Yeah, the economy is kind of slow. Let's go ahead and put something, let's send everyone a message. Hey, you have until this day to spend the money in your digital wallet. If not, you're going to start losing 10%. And then you condition the people that, hey, if you don't spend this by this time, you're going to lose 10% of your money, so you might as well spend it. So then the economy picks up. So that's what I mean about programmability. And that's the best case part about it being programmable money. The worst case is that in order to have a digital dollar, you need to have a digital ID. So the digital ID has to come first, really, right? They both complement each other. So if you have a digital dollar and you say something or post something or do something that someone doesn't agree with, just like they're doing in the UK, arresting people for what they post on Facebook, etc., right? If you do something that is not agreed upon by our rulers, they can just shut off your life. They can shut off your access to the economy. So that is the problem with a digital currency that is centralized. I know a lot of you are probably going to say, well, no, Bitcoin is terrible. And I do believe that in the end, Bitcoin is going to be used as somewhat of, what do you call when they brought in that big wooden horse? into the city, and there were soldiers in it. You know what I mean? It's going to be used against people, right? At first, they were damning Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin's the devil. Bitcoin's terrible. And ever since Bitcoin came out and I started talking about it, I said, hey, I think it's a good tool to make fiat currency so that you can take those profits and turn it into something tangible. And I still think it is. If you know how to trade it, beautiful. Trade it, make some fiat currency, take out your profits, and then go ahead and turn those profits into something real that you can hold in your hand, that can help you be prepared, right? Or that you can have some precious metals. Let's say you buy some gold and silver with it, with your profits. Great. But they, like I said, they started out saying, oh, it's the devil. And now what's going on? IRAs, all right, retirement funds, banks, ETFs. As soon as they came out with a Bitcoin ETF, I knew that Bitcoin wouldn't last. Oh, excuse me. I knew at that time, I misworded myself. I knew that Bitcoin would no longer be for the people. Bitcoin was like a freedom thing, right? It was like a decentralized money, right? And but as soon as they came out with an ETF, I already knew that it's no longer for the people. That it was going to be taken over by the elite, by the rich, by the wealthy, by governments. I already knew that that was going to happen because that's what ETFs are designed to do. They're designed to manipulate the price of something. Just like in 1973, they came, is 73 or 75? I think it was in 75 that we were allowed to buy gold again. They came out the same, yeah, it was 75, I believe. That same year, they came out with a rule or a law that allowed gold ETFs. And in that write-up, it says that doing ETFs for gold would allow governments to manipulate the price of gold. They didn't say it like that, plain and simple like that, but that's what it said. I did a video on this years and years and years ago. I wish I could find it. I don't even know what the name of it is. And I had that letter. It said that gold ETFs would allow the price of gold to be manipulated, which will then discourage the average person from buying gold, because they're not going to want to hold on to it if the price is going up and down and they just don't, and it's volatile. So, they allowed the people to start buying gold again, but they also brought in a gold ETF. And as soon as that happened to Bitcoin, that's when I knew. Alan Truitt is in the Alan, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Happy Thanksgiving. That's awesome. Yeah, Benjamin Franklin already knew what was going to happen, Tristan. He already knew it. He already knew it. But the problem is that the human lifespan is, the human lifespan is long enough for people to forget the mistakes that the last generation made. So no way. Are you serious, Terry? They made a movie 1 second after. I'm going to be looking for it as soon as this live stream is over. That's awesome. Let me see. I think Elle has a message here. Please take a moment to subscribe and smash the like button and share the channel. Thank you, Elle. Thank you very much. You're very kind. Let's see. Hey, I'll tell you what, the based ranger, I always tell whoever asks me, all right, I know someone that had to sell a little bit of their precious metals as well on a personal level. I know someone, and I said, hey, don't be upset about it. That's what it's for. That's what saving your excess wealth, or I'll say money, you all know that I mean fiat currency. That's what saving money is for, is so that you have it there when you need it, and that you did not lose purchasing power, during the time that you had it. So that's what it's for, though. So don't be upset that you have to spend money. I mean, life happens, and that's what savings is for. And so when life happens. Oh, it was a 6.0 that was reported here, huh? Yeah, we get an Alaska dividend check here. It's called the permanent fund dividend. That's what it is. Every year. I think around October or September, something like that. It's not a whole. A lot of people think, oh, move to Alaska, you get free money. It's first of all, it's not free money. Number one, all right. It's not money that's taxed to anyone, so no one's getting taxed for it. It's just some of the profits that they make from the investment of the money that the state makes from revenue from natural resources like oil and gold and stuff like that. But it's just once a year, and I think this last year was like $1,000 or something like that. So that's about it. Let's see, the temperature right now is around the zero. It's like before the live stream, it was like -1 or something like that. Not too bad. How you doing, Shy Moment? Well, it's very nice to have you. All right, so welcome. The Redneck Prepper is in the house. Oh man, Tristan, I'll tell you what, that's a rough one, buddy. I'd be hiring a moving company. You know what? That's one of the saving graces for me. Is yes, I love hot sauces and I still use hot sauces all the time. So yeah, I can still have hot sauce. I even make my own little mixtures every now and then. And yeah, I definitely do. Usually whenever I have a piece of steak that's not like a really, really good piece, because I can't have a ribeye every single day. I wish I could. I'll make I'll take a little bit of hot sauce, mix it in with a little sour cream, add different things to it. And that breaks up the monotony of just eating protein every single day. Let's see the Opes Mega 2. I think it's a great machine. The Opes Mega 2, let me see if I remember right. 2,048 watt hours of storable energy, 2,500 watts continuous. I believe it has a surge of 4,000 watts. And I think it's like $600 or something like that during Black Friday tomorrow, $619. I think it's a great deal for that machine. And I'll tell you what, every single Opes that I've ever been sent by Opes, except for one, and it's because it was one of their prototypes. They weren't even manufacturing them yet. I never had a problem with. So when they first came out with the Mega 5, they sent me one of their prototypes, meaning that they were still engineering it. They were still figuring out where everything was going to go and everything, right? But they sent me one just so that I can try it out and see what I thought about it. That one ended up being faulty. And then they sent me another one once they were in production. That thing, as far as I know, it's still running, right? As far as I know, that thing is still running, nothing wrong with it. But the Mega 2 is a great one because it's nice and compact. It's got pretty good amount of power. You know what? Let me tell you what, Annie, if what you need that solar generator for doesn't require more than 2,000 watts continuous, instead of getting a Mega 2, I would get a Mega 1. I would get 2 Mega 1s because a Mega 1 has exactly half the number of watt hours as the Mega 2 does, but it will only put out 2,000 watts continuous, whereas the Mega 2 will put out 2,500 watts continuous. So that's why I was saying, if you have something that you're going to charge, that you're going to power, that doesn't need more than 2,000 watts continuous, I would rather get 2 Mega 1s than to get 1 Mega 2, because you can get 2 Mega 1s for $600, about the same price as 1 Mega 2, and you still have the same amount of storable energy, but you have the portability of having two different units pretty much for the same price, actually for like $19 cheaper or something like that. So that's what I would do. But the Mega 2, I have nothing bad to say about it at all. I think it's a great little machine. And something really nice about the Mega 2 or the Mega series is that you can always add on batteries to them. So the Mega 2 takes the B2, and I think you can add up to 3 B2s, which brings it up to like a little over 8,000 watt hours. And same thing with the Mega One. You can add up to 3 B2s. So yeah, Opus has always been a pretty good company. For those of you that just got here, Mondays are Silver Mondays for the rest of this year. So make sure that you join in on Monday and enter to win silver. This next Monday coming up is going to be 4 ounces of silver that we're going to be giving away. Yeah, I think it's 4 ounces, 4 or 5. It's either going to be 4 or 5. I forget. I got it wrote down. But that's that. And before the end of this live stream, and we'll try to make it quick here, I'll be giving away 5 emergency boxes that Opus sent me to give away. And if you're one of the winners and you haven't seen the video that I put out, I think it was earlier this morning or yesterday, the one about the DIY hack for under your sink, that video has everything that emergency box brings. All right, and it's a lot of stuff. It's actually pretty cool. All right, so we'll be doing that giveaway here shortly. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, David, we've had snow already. We had our first little snowstorm. It was, I want to say it was between 5 and 6 inches. Not too bad, right? No complaints at all. But let me see. A couple of days ago, I think we had it snowing for like 2 or 3 days. We got a nice little bit of snow. But it's been, as far as I'm concerned, it's been pretty mild so far this winter. Let's see. Someone, I read it and I passed by it, and someone said, "Thank you for doing this live stream for people that don't have anywhere else to go." Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I love doing this stuff. Let me tell you what, I love spending time with you. To me, this is fellowship. I think we build a great community. I really do. And I really appreciate you all being here. Oh, it was a 6.1 at Willow. Wow. I didn't feel anything up here. I didn't feel anything at all. How do I survive the dark season? I call it the dark months in Alaska. It's never bothered me. I've never been affected in a positive or negative way by not having light and or by having a lot of light in the summertime. It's never affected me. Some people it does. Some people, they get depressed and all that kind of stuff, but it's never affected me. Although, you know what? I can tell you what, in the wintertime, I get much better sleep. I do sleep better in the wintertime than I do in the summertime. But it's because in the summertime, there's sunlight and I'm a little more active in the summertime because, it's easier to go for a walk. It's easier to go outside and do stuff, and even though it's not super cold outside right now, it's still a lot easier in the summer because it's so beautiful outside. In the wintertime, it's dark and it's snowing, and it just is what it is. But as far as like being depressed or anything like that, it's never affected me like that at all. Oh, it was in Wasilla. Wasilla is like 300 miles. No, about 200. Wasilla is about 200 and something miles from here. So yeah, it's pretty far away. Let's see. What is a good solar generator that isn't $1,000 plus? Well, I'm only going to talk about Opus because that's the brand that I know the best, and in all honesty, that I like the most. So I'm not even going to. Well, you know what, Shar? Really, it depends on what you need it for. Let me give you an example. I don't know, 6-7 months ago, I needed a solar generator for my refrigerator, right? And I asked my rep, "Hey, can you send me a solar generator for my refrigerator? I really need one." And they sent me an Exodus 2400. I'll tell you what, I'm very happy with that solar generator. It's been running UPS. I've had it on uninterrupted power supply with the refrigerator hooked up to it for the entire time that I've had it. And I've hooked up other things to it as well. Ended up losing power once, and it worked just fine the way it's supposed to work. I really like that little solar generator a lot, and I'm sure that's it's well under $1,000. But it really depends on what you need a solar generator for. Like, what is it that you want to back up? Depending on what you want to back up, I may tell you, hey, just get a Mega One. It's only $300. If you just want to run a refrigerator for a few hours and you have one of those really efficient refrigerators, I would say, hey, just get a Mega One. That'll run your fridge. If you have one of those refrigerators that only uses like 60, 70 watts, because like mine does. Mine is one of those new efficient ones. It only uses like 60, 70 watts whenever its condenser or whatever it is that they have now. I don't know if it's condenser is running. So that 2400 that I have, that'll probably run that refrigerator for like 2 or 3 days. So depending on what you need it for, really would depend on what you want to get. I always say that you should get the very best that you can afford, right? But really, before you start out wanting to get a solar generator, first find out what it is that you want to power with it. What are the items in your home that are important enough for you to go out there and get a battery backup, a solar generator for, right? And then once you find out what it is that you want to use it to power, then you can figure out, well, let's see what we can find in that range, right? Or I always think that you ought to get something that's at least 20, 25% more than what you need, okay? So it really depends on what you need to power with it. I'll tell you what, for solar panels, as far as I'm concerned, if you can get yourself some $59 100 watt solar panels at Amazon, get them. Because I had a whole bunch of cheap solar panels and they work just fine. Do the ones that are premium, like I have one of the Opus solar panels, that's the 240 watt. Those things are awesome. Great solar panels. Very nice. They're very efficient too. But they're a little bit pricey. I think tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow they're having a Black Friday sale. So go check out their Black Friday sale. I think tomorrow they're selling those 240 watt solar panels for I think like $200. Now that is a good price. And those are premium solar panels. They're very, very good, very efficient. But in all honesty, I would rather get 4 100 watt solar panels for $250 than to get one premium 200 watt solar panel for $250. That's just me though, Hey, Kentucky Believer, nice to see you as well. Thank you for being here. You know what? I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Double Dingus. Not anymore. I mean, look at this face. All right. I'm aged. I don't think that, in all honesty, if I ever had to bug out to the woods or stuff like that, I'd probably be a burden to someone else. I probably would. My bones and my ligaments and all of the stuff that I got going inside. I'm just a broke old man now. But that's life. I'm really broke, and it's one of the reasons why I don't go hunting. I don't go hunting because I can pull the trigger, no problem, but then you have to haul that meat out of there. So yeah, I mean, if it was one of those survival challenges like alone, I'd probably do really good. I'd miss Lulu, but I'd probably do really good as long as I was somewhere near water and near fish. Because I'm pretty adaptable to the weather and stuff like that. But if it's like, doing hardcore stuff, I can't ruck anymore. I can't do the stuff that I used to do anymore. And that's just a fact of life. It's not something to be upset about. It just is what it is. Oh, that's a great question, Tina. Thank you. In order for you to enter the silver giveaways, you have to watch the video, and then I leave instructions on the video. All right. So go watch this Monday's word on the street video. Very simple instructions. But a lot of people get confused and send me an email. Like usually I'll say, hey, you gotta put this code word. Say this word on one of your comments. I forget what the word was for this Monday, but say this word in one of your comments and you'll be entered to win. But then some people email me and they email me the word that I told them to leave in the comments. So it happens every once in a while. Okay, let's see. All right, so you know what? We're at an hour and 10 minutes. I really want to give away those hey, you had a ribeye for your Thanksgiving too. Nice, baby root. I really want to give those emergency packs away. Let's see. What is the best whole house solar system? What would you recommend? Well, I mean, again, exactly what is it? Because you see, even if you have a whole house backup system, like a solar generator system for your whole house, even though you have that, if the lights go out, right, you're not going to power, the electric stove with it, right? I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend it because that uses a lot of electricity, and more likely you don't know when you're going to have power backup if the power goes out. So make a list of the things that are essential to running your house during a power outage. Like for example, here there's two things in this house, two things that are essential: the boiler, right? Because the boiler keeps the house warm, and the refrigerator. Those are the two essential things in this house that I need power for. All right. So, what are the essential things in your house? And of course, I don't even count lights and stuff because LED lights nowadays, you're looking at maybe 10 watts, for LED lights, and you're not going to have them on all the time. And more than likely, you have lanterns and flashlights and things like that. And then, if you want to figure in entertainment to have a TV or a DVD running, your Wi-Fi, these things are, they don't take up a whole bunch of electricity. So figure out what are the things in your home that are essential for you to run. Now, me, I have the Mega 5. I have a Mega 5 with a couple of batteries. That Mega 5 with the two batteries will keep the boiler running for 3 days straight. Okay. Because that boiler is an energy hog because it has a water pump and it has zones throughout the house, different zones. So a zone or another is always needing to keep warm. So that water pump runs pretty much 24/7. So whenever I have it hooked up to the Mega 5, it's always drawing at least 110 or more watts 24/7. So my system will run that boiler for 3 days straight. All right. So what is it that you need to run in your house if the light goes out? And then you can start out with that, and it will give you a good understanding as to how much backup power do you want. Do you want enough backup power for 1 day, for 2 days, for a week? So once you understand how much backup power you want and how much continuous power you want, for example, the Mega 5 gives you 4,000 watt hours of continuous power, right? And I think it's 7,000 watts of surge power. Once you figure that out, then you can go and see, all right, what's available? This is the kind of system that I need, something that will provide me with this. What specifications do you need in order to fulfill that need? Then you go look for a system. If money's not an issue, go get yourself a Guardian 6000 with 6 or 7 extra batteries. You'll have 41,000 watt hours of storable energy. You'll be able to surge up to 9,000 watts, and you'll be able to do 6,000 watts continuous at all times. You know what I mean? So it really depends on what you need. I know that I just took 10 minutes to answer a 1-minute question, so sorry about that. Let's see. Okay, if I miss any of your questions or anything, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Give me a second. All right, talk amongst yourselves. Let me see if I can pull up a random generator. That way, I don't have to pick them myself. I kind of like doing the random stuff with the generator, but if I have to pick it myself, then I will. I'm gonna try. We're gonna try. We're gonna do it live. All right, let's see if this one will work. Gotta take a look. Let's see. Forgive me. Okay. Oh no. I am definitely out of practice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out later on, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just gonna have to go ahead and do the same thing I've been doing. Sorry about that. I guess I'll just do the same thing I've been doing, just picking someone from random, going up and down. All right, so this is gonna be for the Opus emergency packs. All right, if you win and you don't know what it is, just take a look at the last video I put up. In the second half of that video, has me showing you everything in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna look over here, right? And I'm gonna pick someone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you win, please send me an email right away. My email address is right here. It's scrolling in the bottom right there. All right, send me an email, your name and your address. That's all you need. Right? I'll take that, send it to Opus, and then I'll let you know when they ship it out. Okay, so let's see. The first one is gonna be this one right here. Rena LaRue. Rena LaRue, you are the first winner. That's 1 out of 5. Congratulations to you. Send me your name and your address to this email down here, and I'll go ahead and send your stuff to Opus, and then you'll get that emergency kit. It's actually a really nice emergency bag. It comes with a little sack, a little backpack, and everything. It comes with a little stove kit. It comes with a really cool little multi-tool. What else does it? Oh, it comes with a big old roll of 550 cord too. Very nice. So go ahead and send me your information. Let me go ahead and make sure that I take a print screen of your name to remember that you won. So congratulations, Rena. Okay, you're our first one. I'm going to go all the way up to, let me see. We got these guys right here. You know what? Boom. Miko's farm, you just got one yourself because I went to my start and you were there on the start. So you just got one, Miko. All right, congratulations. Send me your information. Okay, Miko. Let's see. Okay, boom. Let's get you out of there. Congratulations, Miko. Make sure you send me your stuff. Send me your information so I can make sure that you get that. That's 2. Okay, let's go back to our regular comments. All right, I'll tell you what. Let me get a number 1. The first number 1 I see. The first number 1 that I see, okay? So go ahead and put in a number 1. The very first number 1 I see, I'll go ahead and pick for the next emergency box. I really need a generator and a large deep freezer. Okay, so when I saw the word generator, I wanted to go ahead and reiterate something that I've talked about a lot. All right, because you all know I love solar generators. But ladies and gentlemen, I've always advocated, and I believe that if you don't have a gas generator or a solar generator, that your very first generator should be a gas generator, right? So if you don't have any kind of power backup at all, before you get a solar generator, all right, I hope Opus is not listening because they may not like this, but it's the truth. Before you get a solar generator, get a gas generator first. Get the best gas generator that you can afford if you can have one where you live. Some people live in places where they can't have a generator, right? But if you can have one where you live, get a gas generator first. And the reason is this. With a gas generator, you can determine, you are in charge of how long you can run that by how much gas you put away. You can put away a lot of gasoline or diesel or propane, depending on what kind of gas generator you get. You might get a tri-fuel, you might get a single fuel, regular, whatever. You may get just a propane generator, right? But you can put away however much you want to put away to last you, however long you want it to last you. You are in control of how long the generator will run, okay? With a solar generator, you really don't have much control unless the sun is out. If there's no sun, you're not going to be able to recharge that solar generator. But if you buy a gas generator first, have your gas backup, let's say have enough gas to run it to where it'll power your house for 2 weeks, let's say. But if you have your gas generator first and then you get a solar generator, then during a power outage, you can start with your solar generator because it should be full. And then you can recharge your solar generator with your gas generator, which will be very efficient. See, charging your solar generator with a gas generator allows you to use the power as you need it instead of running that generator on gas all the time. And it's just wasting power because you're not using all the power all of the time. But with a solar generator, you are using power when you need it. But I always say get a gas generator first because you are in control of how much fuel you can put away for it and how long you want it to run, right? Whereas with a solar generator, if there's a problem and you don't have any sun, then that's it. You don't have any energy, electricity. So, okay, I'm looking for the first number one. It's not the very first number one. It's the first one I see, okay? Because every time I say that, someone is like, oh, I had the number one first, 3 names above you. Oh, man, that is so awesome. Barbara, it's not awesome that your son is on life support. Now, you know what I mean, right? I wouldn't mean that. But that is so awesome that you were able to have that to take care of your son. Man, thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know that. Jeez. And another thing about Opus, ladies and gentlemen, that I love, I like companies that take care of people, right? Opus takes 5% of their bottom line, they put it in a separate account, and they have a program called Opus Help. And if you find yourself not able to afford a solar generator, battery backup, and you need it for a medical condition like life support, or for an oxygen machine, or for a CPAP machine, whatever it may be, if you can't afford it, you go to the Opus page, you click on Opus Help, you fill out a little form, a questionnaire, and then you either get selected to get a free solar generator or you don't. But if you don't ask, you'll never know, right? So click. I do have the link for Opus Help in the description of my videos, so it should be down there. So if you need one and you're in need and you just can't afford it, ask for the help. And what's the worst that can happen? That they pick someone else? That's the worst that can happen. But we've had a lot of people in the AP community that have gone to Opus Help and have gotten a free solar generator. Oh, I see a lot of you are being very generous, putting number 2, 3, 5. I haven't seen a number 1 yet. Are you all playing with me? I need to see a number 1. I still got 3 of these things to give away. We're going to get a number 1 here. US Freedom says rigged. Someone put a number 1. I'm getting all these 7s and 5s and 12s. If not, I'll just pick someone. Hey, Angie, how you doing, Angie? Good to see you. Okay, there you go. Oh, no, I thought I seen a number 1. Don't know why you guys are doing numbers. Nothing has started yet. Yes, double dingus. Yes, put a number 1. If I can get to you with a number 1, you're good. Double dingus, you weren't paying attention. You guys are funny. Okay, here we go. We got 2 number 1s. You are the next winner. AZ Watchwoman. Congratulations. Send me your information because you just won. You won one of the Opus emergency packs or emergency boxes. Bam. You are the third winner, so we still have 2 more to go. No, I can't send you 2 of them because you had 2 number ones, all right? But you're going to get 1 of them. So send me your information, AZ. Good for you. I'm still looking for the next number 1. If I get one, that is. Man, that's a hard hit right there, HDR RV, man. My uncle was cremated with $2 million in his pocket. Wow. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. You guys are a tough crowd. You know that? Here I am trying to find a number. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and come up then. You guys are a tough crowd trying to give stuff away to you unless you don't want it. Pick me. Okay, there you go. I picked you. Jimenez DK, you're the 4th winner. Jimenez, you're the 4th winner. Okay, so send me your information to that email address down below. It just goes to show how generous our community is, ladies and gentlemen, that you're all leaving it for someone else. So you guys are pretty awesome. Truly do appreciate you all. So we've got 1 more. Let me see if I can give it to someone that put in the number 1. I'm going to look for a number 1. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to get me a number 1. Okay. If I see this one once more before I see a number 1, I'm giving it away. Here we go. Okay. No quarter, no QRTR. You are the last winner. That's 5 of you. All right. So, hey, no QRTR. You are the last winner. 5 of you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get some more of these to give away. All right. I have to clarify with Opus whether I can give away more than 5 or not. All right. I don't want to overextend their generosity without confirming with them. All right. So this is 5 of them. And I'll tell you what, you're really gonna like this. Whoever the 5 of you that just won this little prize, you're really gonna like it. It's a really nice little box, and it's just jam-packed of really useful things that you can put in the back of your car. The only thing that I wouldn't recommend that you put in the back of your car that comes in that little pack would be the water filter, because it has like a little Sawyer water filter. It's not called Sawyer, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing, a little Sawyer Mini. So I wouldn't recommend that you put it in the back of your car if you live in an area where the temperatures get below freezing, right? Now, technically, you can keep a Sawyer Mini or a water filter in below freezing weather as long as it's not wet. But why even chance it, right? So if you live in an area where the climate gets below freezing, just make sure you have a little stove in your vehicle, and you can get water and just boil it, and it will get you by. It won't be as tasty as it coming out of a water filter, but it'll get you by. It'll get you through. But other than that, if it's above freezing temperatures, yeah, keep a water filter in there all the times. All right, let's see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't really want to get into this right now, I already made a video about it, right? As to why I'm in an apartment now and I'm not in my old house, right? I'm no longer together with she's still my wife technically, but we're in the process of getting a divorce. Okay. That's just a fact of the matter. Okay. I'm not going to get into it as to why and all that kind of stuff. I did put it out on my video. I think it's still open to my Patreons and my members, right? It's not something that I want to have out there always, right? But it just is what it is. All right. It really is. And, is it unfortunate? Yep, it sure is. It really is. But it is what it is. I never ask anyone to feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for myself. There's people going through stuff a lot worse that are a lot worse off than I am. But I seen someone ask the question, and I don't want to avoid the obvious, right? So I don't want to lie by omission, right? So I've always been honest with you guys, and that just is what it is. So I don't want anyone here saying, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that," and all that kind of stuff. It just is what it is. You know, I'm good, right? I'm good. My kids are good. So, anyways, let's not end it on that note, okay? Someone asked me a question that will cheer us up a little bit. Hey, no quarter. I already picked you. I know. I'm just 12 minutes behind. Let's see. Hey, Mario, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving, Mario. We need a box of loot. Oh, now I see the ones. Oh my goodness, I was probably so far behind. I am a terrible host, ladies and gentlemen. A terrible host. That's what I am. I love you all too. Definitely love you guys. And Michael Michael's with his parents, right? They're having dinners at my son's in-laws, all right? And in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really a big holiday guy. I have to say that Thanksgiving and Christmas are my favorite holidays. But this year, I was invited to go to several places for Thanksgiving dinner. But this year, I really just wanted to be by myself and with my dog, and I'm very content. All right, I'm very content. All right, so I'm not really missing out on anything, and I still have a few pretty good friends, that I can count on and that actually want to share time with me. Let me see. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you that may be just joining in. Yes. Yeah. Baby Root is like, definitely fix that random generator, man. I know. I forgot where I have to go to. I've gone to my old one. There's a random YouTube generator. There's a random one. Oh, you know what? I think it's for StreamYard specifically. No, I don't know. I got to figure it out. I'll have to call Grayman and see if he can walk me through it. Because I used to do it all the time here. There's one that's for live streams. There's one that's for live streams, and there's one where it's just for videos that have already been published. Let's see. This is a good question. Does your OPS discount coupon still work? It does work for 5% off, but for this Black Friday deal that they're having, take a look at the description of the video. It'll tell you, I think that the 5% off with the Black Friday deal, right? If you're getting a Black Friday deal, my 5% off coupon is only good for the Mega. I think it's the Mega 2, 3, or 5, and 5 if you buy a bundle package. I think that's what it is. All right. But I mean, the Black Friday deals that they're having are really, really good deals. I mean, I don't know how the prices keep coming down. I was looking at one of my really old Opus videos, and I think I was talking about a sale that they were having with the Mega 5. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And I remember back then watching that video, they were selling the Mega 5 on sale for like $2,500. And now you can get a Mega 5 on sale for like $1,400. I'm like, man, well, I mean, I've talked about it before that whenever technology advances, and it's usually with technology, the prices go down, like an iPhone, right? It used to be that you had to pay a lot more, not an iPhone. That's actually a bad example because it seems like iPhones are getting more expensive all the time. But let's say a flat screen TV. Remember when flat screen TVs first came out? They were really super expensive. Now you can buy a 55-inch TV for what, a couple $100? So whenever technology advances and they can make stuff easier and better, usually the prices get better. Well, I mean, the same thing with solar generators. And one of the things that I believe really have a big impact on the price of solar generators is the competition. There's so many different solar generator companies out there that there's so much competition that if they want to stay in business, they're going to have to satisfy the customer with a good product and a good price. Just having a good product is not good enough. You have to have a good price too. So, so that's a good thing. Competition always benefits the consumer, always gives you a better price, and it gives you a better product as well. No quarter, Alaska Pearl. Can I trade it for the silver? No, you can't trade it for the silver, but go to Monday's video and enter to win. It's either 3 or 4 ounces. And this Monday coming up, I think is 4 or 5 ounces. I'm going to try to give an extra ounce every week, depending on how much I got left. Hey, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. I know you changed your name. You changed your name. Didn't you used to be Dale? I could be wrong, but how you doing? It's good to see you, man. I recognize your picture. All right, I see that a lot of you are ready to go. So let me see. Hey, Double Dingus, great question. In a grid down SHTF scenario, how will people know the worth or value of silver and gold when junk silver is 90%, 45, 80, or less sometimes? Well, during an SHTF scenario, Dingus, this is my opinion. Gold and silver, no good. All right? I don't put away gold and silver for SHTF. I put away food. I have solar generators. I have water filters. I have medical stuff, first aid stuff. I have a little bit of gas put away. I put that stuff away for SHTF, right? And SHTF is not going to happen in the United States of America. I don't think that we're going to have a civil war. I don't think that we're going to have, if we have a world war, I mean, it's very possible that we have a world war. But for it to be coming to our actual land, which, I mean, we could do another hour on this. I mean, there's so many darn cells in the United States from the last 4 years of people getting in here that shouldn't be here. That it's very possible that we have, a lot of stuff going on in the U.S. if there's another world war or major war. So, I mean, I don't know. But, but to me, gold and silver is not for SHTF. Gold and silver is so that you can put away savings without allowing the government to steal away your purchasing power through inflation. That's what it's for. Can it be used like during crises? Like, a few years ago in Venezuela, they were using gold and silver to buy groceries, to get haircuts, to do regular everyday stuff. Yes, absolutely. But I don't think it's for SHTF. For SHTF, let's say the lights go out forever. All right, let's say that we have a solar storm and that's it. The electricity is gone. It's a thing of the past. It's never coming back. All right. You better hope you have food. You better hope you have water filtration. You better hope you have lead, right? And brass, and what we used to call them freedom seeds, right? That's the stuff that you're going to want to have during a time where we lose power for good, and eventually, depending on how long it takes, eventually there will be some kind of an economy, and more than likely it will be based on tangible items, right? Things that have value, real value. And gold and silver have real value because it's exactly what it took to get it. It took value to get it. So it has tangible value. So no. So Ghosty, during Black Friday sales for Simpure, don't use my discount code. If you take a look at my description, there's a couple of discount codes for your countertops or you're under the sink, okay? Use those because it saves you more money than my discount code. So those codes will save you more money than my actual discount code, okay? And my rep told me that if you use the link that I have down there, let me make sure that I have it. Don't look for it under the live stream. Look for it under my last video, all right? Let me make sure that I have it. That way I'm telling you correctly. I don't want to, you're on, let me see. So Simpure. Yeah, if you use the Amazon Simpure link that I have down there, there's a couple of different codes depending on whether you're going to get a countertop or the under the sink, right? And those will actually save you more money than if you use my link, my I forgot what it is, that saves you 21%. So you use those instead. Make sure you read that. That way you don't want to shortchange yourself. Yeah, I remember that, Nancy. I remember the very first color TV that we ever had when I was a little kid, and my mother bought it with her tax return, and it cost $700. I remember that, and I remember our first microwave too. I don't remember how much that cost, but I remember it because my father kept that microwave till the day he passed away. That micro, by the end of my dad's life, that microwave took like 5 minutes just to bring water up to a tepid temperature. But he would never get rid of it. He would never get rid of it. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens with those batteries. I mean, I know they're also coming out with the solid silver state batteries that take a lot of silver in order to make those batteries, which are supposed to be a lot safer too. But you know what? The fact of the matter is that I've been dealing with solar generators, I don't know, for years now. I mean, for what, the last 6, 7 years or something like that. And even before I started my YouTube channel, before I started this channel, I had solar generators. I remember my very first one, I believe it was the Yeti 1000 from Go. Oh, I forgot their name. GoPro, I think was the name of it. I forget their name. But yeah, I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem with one of them. I've never had a safety issue with one of them. I blew one of them up once because it was my fault. I was doing a really stupid test with it, right? And it didn't really blow up, but I really messed it up, right? And I was doing a really stupid test with it. I just wanted to see what would happen. And yep, I ruined it. There was smoke coming out of it, but it was to be expected. But I've never really had a problem with it. I've never really had an issue with it being a safety issue in my house or anything like that. But yeah, absolutely. If they come out with something that's better, that's faster, that stores more energy, heck yeah, I'm all for it. Let's see, Ghosty, what is hey, go take a look at my this morning's video or my last video. The description, it's on there. All of the Black Friday stuff is on there in the description of the video. Okay, I didn't put it on this video because I didn't want to make it. I didn't want this video to be like you guys thinking that I'm only doing this to lure you into Black Friday, because it's not. But a lot of people are asking, so just go watch the last video or go to the description. It's got all of the Black Friday stuff. And it's not a lot. I only deal with what is it, like 4 or 5 companies that I deal with. So I don't have a list that I don't like to deal with a lot of companies. It takes a lot for someone to make it into my description. And I'll tell you what, the countertops are very nice. I've got 2 countertops. I use them both every single day. All right, every single day. And I also have the one that's under the sink, the Q3600. That is the best bang for your buck right there. In reverse osmosis systems, the Q3600 is the best bang for your buck, and it's so easy to install. So easy to install. And if you guys didn't watch my video for this morning, if you want to extend the life of your RO filters, so let's say you have the Q300 like I do. If you want to extend the life of that filter by like twice as long, watch the video that I did this morning. You can do it for less than $10. So you can spend $10 to extend the life of your filters for a year or longer. And it'll save you money in the long run. But it's very simple. Let me see. Art and Soul. Hey, Art and Soul, how you doing? You were one of our winners here not too long ago. Can you talk about the solar panels? Solar panels, really? I mean, it's very simple. Like I said before, if it doesn't matter what kind of solar generator you have, you can get an aftermarket solar panel for it. And usually, aftermarket solar panels are pretty darn inexpensive nowadays. I mean, you can go to Amazon. You know what? In all honesty, I haven't looked at solar panel prices in a while, but I know that when I was buying solar panels, they were really cheap. They're like 60, $70 for 100 watts. You can go those, and those are like 80%, 75% efficient, maybe a little less, but that's not bad for 50, $60, for a 100-watt solar panel. Or you can go the premium solar panels, like you can get the Opus 240, 240 watts. You're going to spend $200 or 200 and something dollars for it, but it is a premium product. So you're going to pay for it. And those are, in my experience, they are very efficient, and they'll last you a long time. But I've always had good luck with the off-brand, cheaper solar panels too. So, just do whatever it is that you feel more comfortable with. If you want to buy one Opus solar panel and try it out, you're going to like it because it's a very good solar panel, very well made. You can buy one and see if you really like it, if you rather spend the money on that. And if you're like, oh, they're all right, let me try some of these cheaper ones and see how they perform compared to the Opus, so you can do that. But I mean, in my opinion, a solar panel is a solar panel. I know they keep coming out with new solar panels, and now they have solar panels that you can glue onto your roof and all this kind of stuff. I just like the basic stuff because to me, basic is simple and simple is easy. Hey, Shiltron Munitions, how you doing? It's good to see you. I know it has been a tough year for you and many other folks, but remember, we are still the most blessed nation. We are indeed, and God loves us all very much. Hey, thank you, man. It's so good to see you. Thank you very much. And we are, I forgot who I was talking. I think I might have been talking to my daughter-in-law about this. I'm like, you know what? The United States of America, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what any of these loony people say. This is the best nation in the world. It really is. This is, I mean, it's very simple. Why are so many people literally dying to come here, right? If it wasn't, from almost every country in the world, so, and this is one of the, and some of these people that talk so bad about this country, look, there's a big difference between crooked politicians and the American people. We have a lot of crooked politicians in our government, and that's just a matter of fact. But they're not who America is. America is us. America is every one of us, right? In my opinion, America is the people that came here to find a better life and to share the American dream, right? To be part of the American dream, who came here the right way. Yes, I'm going to say it. I don't care who doesn't like it. Who came here the right way to assimilate, to like apple pie, to like cholesterol-rich Big Macs and New York City pizza. That's what America is we the people that live here, right? That built the bridges, that farm. That's who America is, right? And I know that a lot of times I've been accused of not being, of not loving my country because of how I talk about the government. But when I talk about the government in a negative way, what I'm talking about is those politicians that have forsaken us, the American people. That's when I'm talking bad about the government, that's what I'm talking about. And you know that there's plenty out there. I would venture to guess that at least 50% of the politicians that are up in the House or on the Hill, about 50% of them would be gone if they release that list tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, it's the crooked politicians that sell out the American people that they were placed there to serve. Those are the people that really make this country, not better off, right? Because even with them there, this is still a great country. This is still the best country in the world. Even with them there, imagine how much better it would be if they were out of the way, if they weren't trying to sabotage everything that is good about America. But anyways, let me get off my soapboxes. You all know me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll start on my tangent and I won't be able to stop. The best coffee maker, you know what? I have a little cheap 5-cup coffee maker. I use it every single day and it works just fine. Yep, it works just fine. I would say that the best coffee maker for someone to get is the cheapest one that they can get that makes coffee, right? Because coffee usually just needs hot water, right? Hot water and a filter. You can do the French press thing, right? But you know what? That hot water and the filter, the little cheap coffee makers, that thing, I'm very happy with the way that works. It works just fine. And 5 cups is just big enough because I usually make a 4-cup serving and that fills up my mug and I usually have one a day. So it works out just fine. Yeah, but French press is nice too. I do like French press. Oh my goodness, we're at an hour and 50 minutes. You know what? I'm just going to keep going for a little bit and then I'll keep going until there's like less than 10 people on. I'm just kidding. Lulu is over here. Lulu head, you want to come here and say hi? Come here. Let me see if she'll jump up here. Come here. Oh, it's your din time, isn't it? Well, she did have a half of my steak. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Oh, are you sleepy? There she is. Mm-hmm. How's my Lulu head? Huh? How's the Lulu? You want to say hi? Look, what's this? Look at that. Look at this. What's that? Yeah, you're a good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Yeah, she's giving me kisses. Watch this. Kisses? Yeah. Okay. Daddy's gonna get you din here in a minute. And I'll get you dinner in a minute. All right. There's the Lulu head. She is taking a nap. Let's see. Tammy says, I really want to get one of this oral system. Tammy, I would never recommend that. I mean, I'm going to answer your question, but I don't want you to act on it. Like if you go to Amazon, they do offer like a payment system, like 4 payments, but just save up for it. Even when they're not on sale, they're like $100 and something. All right. Just save up for it, and you'll get it. Once you save up for it, you can just get one. It's like $150 or something like that. All right. So just save up for it. Don't be going into debt to get something like that. If you really have concerns about your tap water, which I believe everyone should, go ahead and get yourself one of those small filter that Simcure has. It comes with a bag. It comes with like a 3-liter bag. Those things work really well. They work very well. Okay. And they're only like $20-something. You can start off with that, use that every day until you can save up to get yourself an RO system. It'll be a lot better. I'm never going to really sit here and tell someone to put anything on payments. I can't do that. But I mean, it's up to you what you do, but I'm not going to tell anyone to go into debt, You almost got me, US Freedom 5. Let's see. Excuse me. Hopefully, when I get the random picker on Monday to the winner of this last Monday's silver, wouldn't that be awesome if your name actually came up after you asking me this question? No, drop. You're not a troll. Scott is Drops Homestead trolling. Hey, the redneck prepper, how you doing? Oh yeah, I won't spend any money on any K-cups. Plus, anyways, I got enough coffee. I don't know if you all remember, if any of you were part of this, but a few years back, our community, you guys, started sending me Café Bustelo, this coffee right here. You started sending me in like crazy. I had to tell you to stop. I'm like, don't send me anymore. I got like a 3-year supply already. So I still have that coffee and I'm going through that right now. So thank you. I'm actually using it. No, I'm not. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to recommend to anyone that they go into debt. You know, I just can't do that. If I had the money, I'd just send it to you, but I can't. Oh, look at that! You got a black cat that's named Lulu. Oh, that's really sad. I'm really sorry to hear that. That is really too bad. I don't even know. Every once in a while, I'm like, man, what am I gonna do one day? Well, I think I'm gonna end up outliving Lulu, right? I'm only 50. What am I? 54. Yeah, I'm 54. But I'm like, man, what am I gonna do when that day ever comes? It's gonna be pretty tough. Yeah. Uh, you guys, you're all too kind. Double dingus, didn't you win one? If someone declines the survival giveaway, I call. Let me see if you won one or not. I think you did, double dingus, but you don't. Let me just make sure before I say anything else. Let me make sure. Boom. I'm looking it up. Okay. No. Okay, it wasn't you. I thought it was Miko's, I think. Let me double. I'm making sure real quick. No. Okay, double dingus, you didn't. I thought that it was you, but it wasn't. Let's see. Sharon, I think, are you the Sharon from California that's been with us forever? If it's you, hello. Let me know if that's you. You're the Sharon from California, right? You've been with us forever. You're one of our OGs. I'm pretty sure. Let me know. Put it all in caps. Say yes. If that's you. Let's see. The ppm meter that I use. You know what? Let me get you on for that right now because it's right here. I can get it real quick. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna give you a link to one that's only like $8 because it's just as good as the ones that are more expensive. Let me see. Boom. Yep. Digital TDS. Easy. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. Who's your pioneer? I'm gonna put it down here in the bottom. Let me go ahead and put the name of it. ppm TDS meter. There you go. I just left you the link, Hoosier. You can go to that right there. It's like $8, and it's the same thing that I have. It's different color, but it's the same thing. Oh, hey, I got you, Double Dingus. All right, I got you. I'll go ahead and make you a runner up. What the heck? I'm going to ask Opus if I can give more of those away. All right, I'm going to ask them. I'll send them an email tomorrow. I probably won't get an answer till like Monday or so. But I'll go ahead and ask them because I think those little things are awesome. I really enjoyed opening it. and showing it off. Oh my goodness, this is a hard one. Your average grounded player. Let's see. Oh, 30 degrees. That is pretty chilly for up there, huh? For in Cali. Jeffrey Linquist, how you doing, Jeffrey? We are both this. We are the same age. Yeah, we're half centurions plus 4. Let's see. Will live still be on in 2026? This live? I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know. Who knows, right? You guys need to stop talking about coffee. I'm wanting to have me a coffee now. I'm wanting to get up there and make me a coffee when this is over. Really? Wow. 14 of them, huh? Man, that's a lot of coyotes. What do you used to take them with? 5.56? 5.56 will work great for coyotes, huh? Oh my goodness. I really hope that this is a joke because it's funny either way. Don't effing ignore me because I don't donate money. I'm a retired veteran. I'm gonna fix it. I really hope that's a joke. I really, if it's not a joke, then I mean it's still, I think, just as funny. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Lola, have a good night, Lola. You're leaving. Oh yeah, people are filtering off. Oh man, is there a bad lag? Okay, it's time to go. That's just God telling us that it's time to go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining in. But we are over 2 hours, all right? But I had a great time, and I hope that you guys had a good time too while you were here. You know, do a little bit something. Oh, 17 HMR. Okay. So it's a little, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But those are the ones that they kind of look like they're little 5.56s, but they're really small, right? Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Hey, have a great rest of your week. If you're not working tomorrow, have a great rest of your weekend. More likely, I'll be doing a word on the street video tomorrow to see what, but it depends on what's going on as far as the news goes. So hope to see you there. God bless every one of you, and thank you again. Thank you very much for joining in and keeping me company for a couple of hours tonight. All right, be safe and take care. God bless you. God bless America. I love you all. Hey, I'm Alaska Prepper, and I am out. God bless. Bye-bye.